Welcome to our Cooke & Lewis kitchen DVD. At B&Q we have two different types of kitchen ranges. Firstly, the IT range, where we have 20 doors available to choose from, and up to 12 of those ranges can be stocked in our larger warehouse stores at any time. Or alternatively, you can choose from B&Q's Cooke & Lewis premium brand kitchens, where we have a further 22 doors and 11 accent doors available via special order only. Here at B&Q, we are passionate about our door manufacturing and our quality control. But don't just take my word for it. Let me show you a short film that we recently shot on location with our manufacturers in Italy.
Ilcam is a family-owned company, 50 years old this year. Currently, totaling altogether, we are making 36 ranges for B&Q.
This year, at 2009, our investments have been around about 10 million euros, 1.8 on the high gloss lacquering line and the matte lacquering line, and roughly about 8 million in the new plant, which is the laser edged banding machine.
The curved doors have a long delivery time. That is the item that make us fail maybe last year. So we put in stock 3 times the forecast.
Ilcam supply 3 product types to B&Q. One is the PVC doors for the IT range, and then we have the wooden timber doors for the Cooke & Lewis range, and then we also have the high gloss and matte doors again for the Cooke & Lewis range. The production flow for the IT and the matte and high gloss doors is that the FSC MDF panel is taken from stock. It's then taken to the saw with its cut to the size of the actual door or the drawer front, and then after that it's taken to the robotic routers, where the robotic routers put the profile on the door. Once it's been finished on the routering stage, they are then taken to the drilling, and they are drilled on the back side of the doors for the hinges, and then afterwards they're then palletized to be taken to the PVC factory or the lacquering factory to be either PVC pressed or matte or high gloss lacquered.
So far this year, in the first 9 periods, I've sold over £1.1 million worth of product, and that's largely due to the confidence that I have in the quality of the product and the fact that I know that no other company has got a better product in the marketplace.
The doors are then taken to the PVC press, where the foil is put on top of them. Once they've come out of the membrane press, the doors are then flipped over by an hydraulic arm, which then passes the doors to the automatic trimmer, which trims off the waste of the back of the doors. And then as they're fed through, we have the QC people who are cleaning the back of the doors for the excess glue, and then flipping them over and QC checking them on the front.
One of the things that I've learned since coming here is a lot of our competitors use a paper finish on their doors, which is a very inferior product compared to our PVC foil finish doors. The main difference between a paper door and a PVC door is that if water runs down and sits for any period of time on a paper door, it could blow and ruin your door, whereas with a PVC door, that's much less likely to happen.
So all the product we deliver to B&Q is FSC certified. So all our timber comes in from our Slovenian hub. It's then taken to the moulders, where we put in the profile on the timber. As the pieces come through the moulder, we have the QC people at the end of the moulder who are doing the checking to see if the profile is correct. On one side they have assigned samples to say which is correct, which is acceptable and not acceptable, and anything that's not acceptable is put to one side. They have the mirror there so they can see the top of the door rather than having to keep flipping it over.
Customers know what they're looking for, especially someone who's looking for a quality kitchen. They come in and they look at the door edge, and if it's they look at it and they can say, oh, actually this is a good quality kitchen. You can spend, these companies supply £30,000, £40,000 kitchens, and we're selling the same doors that you can buy £30,000, £40,000 kitchens for in B&Q for a quarter of the price.
Once we have all the 4 pieces in the centre panel, we have in our factory 2 robotic assembly units which are assembling the doors by taking the centre panel first of all and then flipping themselves around in various ways to pick up the 4 pieces of the stiles and rails to then assemble the whole door correctly. The door is then taken to a clamp, which is then clamped tight and the excess glue is squeezed out. The QC people at the end of the line are then checking the door for squareness to see if everything's okay before it can be passed ahead to be sanded and QC checked again.
Most of our competitors use PVC wrap doors. All of our Cooke & Lewis high gloss doors are sprayed lacquered doors, which is a much more expensive, time-consuming process. The quality of a Cooke & Lewis door compared to anything that our competitors have got, there's no comparison.
There's 2 processes on the lacquering of the timber doors. The first process is to put the actual stain on the door, which gives the door its colour. Then, once the stain has been put onto the doors are then taken to the finishing line, when the finishing line puts the level of gloss or matte onto the door. Then the doors are passed into a furnace where they're dried, and then eventually after a few hours of drying they come out, and at the end we have the QC people who are 100% inspecting them before they're put on pallets to be palletised and taken to our packaging line to be boxed.
I expected things to just be flying off lines, and I didn't expect to see any kind of human involvement whatsoever, and I was like really surprised that every single door is checked by hand.
The lacquering for high gloss and matte doors is carried out on our new lacquering line. This is our second lacquering line, so we have now doubled our capacity to approximately 8,000 to 9,000 high gloss or matte doors per day. The doors are sprayed with high gloss or matte lacquer, and the changeover time between one colour and another is roughly about 5 minutes. And we have 12 pumps on this line, where we have a high gloss cream, a high gloss white, a matte white or matte cream, and also the other colours for the new accent doors. The doors then are passed through the furnace, where the matte doors take approximately 4 hours to be dried, and the high gloss ones is roughly about 8 hours. After they've gone through the furnace, they come again to the QC checking stage. The QC people are quality checking the doors to see if there's any blemishes or to see if the doors are actually the right size. If there are any blemishes or defects on the doors are then passed to our buffering line where they can be buffered and polished.
The manufacturing process is just amazing to see. I was really impressed with the care and dedication that the people on the line take.
So once the doors are actually finished, whether they be timber, PVC, high gloss or matte, they're then taken to our packaging lines. 2 types of boxing which we do for B&Q. The automated line we changed last year to avoid some damages to doors, where previously we just had a normal cardboard box. The cardboard boxes we're using now all have a crush barrier, so if any of the doors are dropped, they land on the crush barrier of the cardboard and the doors are not damaged. And the second packaging line is hand packaging, which we're normally using for the Cooke & Lewis in-frame ranges such as Clevedon and Radcliffe. This means that the doors are also 100% checked again before the box is closed and sent away for palletisation. Once the doors are palletised, they're then taken to our warehouse. We can hold up to 6,500 pallets. During the year, it's normally between 5,000 B&Q pallets in this warehouse, but as we come up to the January event, it's built up towards 6,000 to 6,500 to build up stocks for obviously the sales in January.
That's why I work for B&Q, because I know that nobody else has got a better product in the UK than B&Q.
Thanks for taking the time to watch this DVD. I hope you have the same confidence and peace of mind in our Cooke & Lewis ranges as we do. In fact, we are so confident we now offer a 10-year guarantee on all our kitchens. Thank you for watching.